Abusia for Sabrin Suyadenchia, ma will be our share or Pinax TV, a platform you so. The President, His Excellency, Nana Adan Akufo Addo can see me. Nanina Efa ni ACC ewo African countries a try your home Asia ewo Ghana ha. Abusia for an Saint Mudie in Saint Bebre na so retire Coups ahodwa African countries bebe na witness ya enye asem ketwa ebeka ya Malifo, me no kase si Coup akoso wo ho Guinea, EBS Burkina Faso nso EBS ye na sen ya de a enka si wo Guinea Bissau na nso anko kusia girl no and the president and other than Akufo akasa about say you say he is the chair the man ECOWAS but he say me koso no na no tu mu eni ade but me no kase and then another than Akufo the nsem bi aba betuja na nsem a all kan nyina efa Coup ahodwa kokokoso ewo this African countries in kwa and amanfo Coup epese ye two president epese ye this name epese ma mafoforo ekoso eni ade and somewhere the president added to J say from Bia about Coups and now the two ja Ndrada according to the president Nana Adodankwa Akufo Addo kasa isi you know we be na you say oh Coup no Africans na because of development omunya and you expect omunya bosha president before baba president show mo almost share no munya mama no ti ene ya ade ma bibi na sha stage Cuba na say hardship bibi na enemu no ene kokofa enema we nyina but the president another Akufo chiremu a enya sakra na asem ye no ka say according to the president another Akufo Coup ahodro a ekwokoso no nyina no abrofo bi ana say amanfrafo bi ene hyehye ase and like a camanfo adwin bomu said by your mom begin bibi nti for more ambitions binti for bibia e be benefit o mo nti say bi hu an aka kire Ghana krane man koye na munye Coup na munye say o man ne say be mamu se ni adade a ti e ka nipa adwini ni omuti bomu ano so ti o man ni man koye no tie ne nipa na ka kire no se da bi akoya asem okay se bia esenya sa wo me be ye kakra na ne o mafom ho yino makwa akoye enti Coup a ekokokoso no enye se bia bibifo no na be da story na niema nkoya ma oda machina na dwebodi se da bia ade chi ame sori de ame nkonkoye Coup because bi ni de adwin bia sa ma ni trim sa time no sa mla no etwem na emu ma abrofo amanfrafo and the shesha ase influence amanfo shesha amanfo afumu kutu baka chom so munye se be yo mbe Guinea bibi e de afim se Coup esi a na ne ama konachi na ne nipa no na ye leader of the Coup no to na bro ni abaka chen say no mind wo won say be ye say amam say mana no ye fasode e ma bro ni anaso nipa ko o influence you obi ana aka chom say o ye we na me fa we ma o e be du ho no me kai country kro no hia ne ma ohia bibia for development bibia bintaye dia definitely obetimi e de aso amaninti someone the president na Adodan Akufo Addo ka bebre ne ya adwebe no aso chema da bi nya sa na tie African leaders my boy abrache mutimu ede mondwen civilians no mondwen nipa ne ho monko a moboto no abusua na mondwen tie Africans na ewem Coup enye obia na hye na se enye obia na influence obi se onkonkoye baby se niam ankoye a mo beye ne maye no mo amutiti akire na mo pekwan bi so ade akokoshe obi obere ye mo ankasa na niam ayekoso no wo se ye de sobo kese e de bom ankasa because niam a mo ye wo man mu anase mo ye wo mukuro mu no ade in fact asefema ye nko baby ankoye sa nso ye mpendifo ide eno ane ade omo ye we ne nsam a me no kasa ide na na Adodan Akufo Addo e de atudwa but ebi mu chema na waka by Yenfa. And now with the president excellency and Adodan Akufo Addo aka about Coup ye. Would you descend someone and do and yanka so obwa but would you desire and pass Coup ahodwa kokoso with these various African countries foreign entities being a share influence amount for munye ye be mamu sika for development munye country ni bedi musiba ye be say ni ade and I say is because of how an man koye in African countries na amafo buafua ma abro so a niema we nyina ekoso
so in Chaka CV men koma eti for ni ahwefo for the president of Ghana to say say ade ekoso yi no a foreign donors be na shase no I think said that alone, no, I wouldn't say entirely say no correct. If you are classifying it in terms of percentage wise, ironically, Mecca said around 20%. Said the foreign influence will cause a coup d'etat. But let's look at the breakdown of what coup d'etat, what even brings about coup d'etat. The whole coup d'etat basically means a military, and I say a militia. I can't militia where military ketwa and a security ketwa and a militia, and any mobilized form of a group of people with guns, ammunitions, or more to the sitting government if we are buying so. Na omo ayden abe establish omo as the interim government and as the government in power for that particular period of time. Now, in the period of coup d'etat revolution across Bibre and Africa, not just Africa. Ibu out here, we say Myanmar was a dance coup d'etat. I mean, it still happens.
Yeah.
I be classify what happened in January 2021, 6 January 2022. That's last year. No, people are classifying as a friend is saying a coup d'etat plot from Donald Trump. That is really not true. But Osha coup d'etat eta koso. Now, the instigated coup d'etat usually a revolution for change, revolution for a friend is saying a better one. And now in Crawford, move for at that time they feel said they've had enough. The government is not listening to them, so they need to take matters into their own hands. Now, the Bible says that before you take the pluck of somebody's eyes, take the pluck of your eyes. Basically, a blind man cannot lead another blind man. That's what the Bible said. The president should sit down in his chair. Akunyana or kobol gatango or swade kono. Bisa no the question. I need to know what that is number one question. Number two, you the president, I want you to sit in that chair again and ask yourself, are things going on well? If omainimu ye, why would somebody even think of coup d'etat?
Influence you be.
That is the thing. What am I saying? Let me give you a typical example. Libya. Libya was the US of our time. That is over 20 years ago. Ibrahim Gaddafi was on. I had friends telling me, say, Miko Libya. People had gone to Libya and became successful. Obi wa Germany, no bisu Libya. They both bring the same things. Libya for Nkono because what Gaddafi stated was that ye too oil. Ye nko joining OPEC and Abroni biade. 90% of the revenue comes to us. And it was working and the people were good. So if the people were good and the people liked it, what was their problem? The only thing that Eddie Gaddafi ever down is foreign influence. And also a coup d'etat in a way. But also Barack Obama at that time, one of the most ignorant persons, Otimi instigate this particular is military and whatever powers he has, let them get into Libya and execute Gaddafi like that. And idea we need to open an investigation into it. That is why what is going on in Russia, and as much as you don't like saying there are people who call me and tell me, say, they support Russia. I don't support Russia because I believe say anything that brings and shed blood of innocent people should not be condoned. But people are saying, say, okay, there's a particular video trend there. Gaddafi, Putin was asking why they killed Gaddafi. Sadie ekosui ewo Russia and Ukraine. Sakam US phone him say omitima overpower Russia. Do you think that they will be sitting down talking sanctions? They wouldn't. Yeah, they'll just enter there and just take him off. But they know that the man has powerful military weapons than him. Some military weapons, it be US or Mabuano, Alaska. On top of Canada, Alaska, and also can US. So this is not if Russia should deploy that military missile, forget New York bears ashes. They know. So you see, US is going all out, letting all this company pull out. You can take everything from Russia, but then they add internet attacking Russia. The whole world, they have the toughest military, more than any country. Nuclear weapons, 6,000 plus. US they 5,000, and nuclear cake. Now, this should tell you, say, before a foreign influence will influence a regime change, then it needs to start from internally. And I say, let's look at a typical example of Libya scenario. What was happening in Libya was because Gaddafi was treating the presidency as a monarchy. He's been on for 35 years. And a bride do say Arab Revolution, and I say the Arab Spring, Egypt need Tunisia, because those leaders were on power for 25 years near the Adenina. We saw say Gaddafi was still in power and he saw the signal, so the signal was coming right at him. But what he did was that he wanted his son to what? To take on the legacy and as the president, which Libya is not a monarchy. He himself used a coup d'etat to come. So he felt, said, no, we build the Adna, can't do baby. And even if he leaves foreign influence near the bets, he did not pave the way for democracy. That is the only instance. The foreign people can what? Can instigate a regime change. But so on Libya no rich in oil and other mineral resources, they were cool. And even though Gaddafi was in power, no, do you think we'll have had the Arab Spring? Maybe. But he wanted to. Let's look at the beginning of history. Ghana's Republic, Kwame Nkrumah. Why was Kwame Nkrumah demoted? Simple. Because he wanted to treat Ghana as a monarchy. That is why the last time he did a peace. I was done parade the devil, the Lord. The leaders who become the Lord usually become the devil. Because they either don't want to leave power or they either want to treat your friend saying the tenor and normal presidency as a monarchy. That is the only instance I could d'etat will come. In this case, we know Prez Akuffo for the 2024, which I'm glad. We don't want to see him again. Because Ghana for bread. It is the truth. We want a new person. Whether NPP will come or whatever, we want a new person. But Akuffo should sit to himself and ask himself, why are people talking about this? Fine, there are some hard coup plotters, especially the NDC people. But the Dominimani coup. We share acquire NDC for far so bad power. Omo papa na olidi ye no. Coup plotter. Rawlings timi do see ade so. Etimi be you. Coup. That guy was a very dangerous person. Or you could determine do see ade so. No ankasa you could determine you bisa Dr. Hilary man. So no dear, a call for super power was evident. In the NDC for 90% of their brain of how to grasp power is coup d'etat. That one is there. But gradually, they are changing, which you respect that. But all these factors are, you should know, sir, all of these things are equal. If the omanimu yena niema ekoya, why will people even think of coup d'etat? Yes, niema nkoye yampa. Things are very tough. See a Russia-Ukraine war, oil prices, like every week be increasing. People are suffering. Me, I'm taking the bite myself because when I'm driving a day, I spend over 200 cedis fuel. Yesterday was a vivid example. Everybody's taking the bite. Now, I'm not saying Akuffo to be blamed for these price hikes. But and look at this. You are working. They are giving you like 1,000 cedis. Prices of fuel is going up. Electricity prices are going up. Water is going up. Food prices are going up. Everything around you is going up. Your salary is rather going down. Or your salary is stable. Like in quote and also in bad form. Do you get what I'm saying? That is why people are complaining. Now, recently, you call you pay a budget near the up to me pass the budget because of the whole e-levy stuff near there. But ask yourself a question. Look at how NPP disgrace themselves in parliament, saying you have no money and e-levies are only source of income. I have people in government who are working who have told me nurses and government said 3 months almost salary buy. If you like, ask 3 months. 3 months. Mupo de some year jumana 1 month and ba na more complain. 3 months. Me na me catch up. Yesterday I was with one. The other day too I was with a different one. 3 months. I say, Bema, my salary back 3 months. And I wonder how they survive. That is why some nurses, need doctors, need government workers, no, omuji loans no. Because scanning bar, or why would you loan? Not a bar boom, but that kind of thing. So a bar scanning China hearing. Asa. So if the system is going on, why would somebody think of a coup d'etat? Obi say why na di ni sabe gumbe ni crew. When we say US citizen be can coup d'etat tender. Maybe the only thing on back can say now chronic cost also say they are building skyscrapers, they are building the economy, they are doing things every day new. The corona team and let me tell you, US taxes are more in Ghana than a quarter. US are more tax papa. If you are uti a bejo, ejuma we a bejo. Even at the end, you have to go and file tax returns. And who student loans a more. But you see the difference between Ghana and the US is simple. The taxes are what? Working. But here the taxes don't work. That is why up to now people are so much skeptical about this whole e-levy stuff. The big question is, would the taxes be used for what it intends? It wouldn't. Let's take fuel out. We will not blame the president. But water, electricity, food, a whole lot of taxes. One more try idea will come. They be omucha if a big ticket to say then omucha 5 cedis. They be na 5 cedis 8 cedis na wucha no. A month all the current chamber hall 2 million 2.5 they are paying. We are people are really mad. That is why each and every time they are complaining. All of this is a cost for now sounds to the e-levy beka. E-levy is so the beka say my intia. Oh, for so shaman for without giving people vivid explanation about what, when, and how the money will be used for. The president should not be quickly to point blames at others. He needs to look at himself. He needs to take a recess at himself as his presidency. Is he doing well? Are the people satisfied? While party members grab pinty changing party office color.
To a different party.
Masa niema nkuye for real. Things are very hard in this country. Say answer obe thinking of coup plotting no. Let me tell you one thing about coup. Let me tell you one thing about coup. Coup d'etat a bar, usually in a bar. A started sana, it garnishes support. I mean, more a vivid example. A Rawlings, tried the first coup d'etat. Ophelia, you saw what happened. Most of us, or most people were not born. They took him to some committee. This committee, what they are doing is they are more like a pre-trial committee, judge, which was made up of judges near the idea. Now, in the live television because they wanted to deter Rawlings from carrying on successive coup d'etat, and even people who are plotting coup d'etat. So Rawlings appeared before one of those committees, and Ibisa Rawlings will be kana. You see, the famous statement that made Rawlings successful was that onim economics, onye doctor, onim engineering, but the onim ne say a com wo ya. And na onim say ono e soldier kra no. He said this phrase ono e soldier kra no. What do you call it? A com dinner or break. He says something. One of these statements about a com and hardship. So no e soldier no be timi at now days without food. But he doesn't know about the ordinary people. It was a very popular thing. Or can say no. Ni fellow soldiers no. Any on my Ghana my that time the citizens at that in the country that time, no more sure they not a cool news person there. They first said Rawlings was in touch with them. Are you listening? Rawlings was in touch with them. So when they took back Rawlings to their cells, Rawlings office on their account in a hot and the outside people, gang up, the military, Rawlings. A lead Rawlings. A pushing is a leaders to do the revolution. And Rawlings in the first coup d'etat plot. Or CD. Why did it happen? Because the people outside felt there was a touch between them and Rawlings understood them. Akuffo, do you understand Ghanaians? For so you could have easily been in the house and be sleeping. See gold, so where is the gold? Utina piece of it. I don't know all copies of one fan akunya nanko, and net the all copies of what you akunya ko. Gold, so now so where is the gold? See, in Pempini Kasa. One of the things I had Ghana for me is number 1, politics. Number 2, religion. Number 3, in the Becca one assembly. Now let's look at politics. Whenever you are saying this, a lot of NPP people follow us. They will come and tell you, say, go and ask Mahama. We shouldn't shift blames. The fact that Kwame na one ye na ye ma wo Kofi chance no. It is your job to do it right. Don't be yes compare. We are not going to compare. You came, you promised us heaven on earth. We want heaven on earth. So NPP for most support Akuffo no. I will so who say if you really support Akuffo, you need to open up and say that is not to say coup d'etat is good, but the foreign your friend is saying things all kinds. The foreign influence all can. Where's the foreign influence? Say coup d'etat craba US, UK, and France. They will sanction the current government first. Say mo reserves, mo treasury bills, don't you see it every time? So who is behind it? Akuffo oh, they pay for Joe Biden lead coup d'etat revolution now instigate obi near you face no dey no benya Ghana dey ninya toothpick credit years him kra dey na mo Syria hope baby or more oil na omo no mo call and na US timi call because US nim say oil will chrome ho mo amu ni hwe oil kakra mu tu kra no mo refine amu de kwa brochi ye refine kra san ye niam de beton ma mo ye wa adwene and ye dit kruba. Everybody should look at himself critically. The people are suffering. It's a disgrace he is not in touch with the people. People are suffering once again. If you are an NPP person, you need to talk about this. You need to let your president know, say, on we are not feeling a thing in our pocket. What am I saying? And if even cry, baby, see, NDC time things were worse. But NDC time was a little bit better. The only thing I might NDC call from, you doing so. And you saw, look at how the free spiral effect. That time, no, I had friends no more co-store. Co-store they need 9. Mami used to co-store as an example. Who co-store? I could find them. Sa nam back he nam I back ne fish ne manema no ni kotodwe. What for ni na be say freezer. Now for be say freezer and be say freezer and you doom like 3 days. Now also generator every 7 hours be at that time can 25 cedis How can you put on generator for long? Then I'm now told the generator could beat me discanning now. So you see, because of that, now I'm for pro. So you buy generator, but you can't sustain the 3 days light off. It's a nominal pro barbering shop. But because there's no light, they were not doing their job. Welders, because they use high voltage. Sanya many it's a banisano and the cost a cost Wejuma cost because of doom so world are phone to me nina nema huchen a couple up and the doom so 2016 election was all about 2020 election was all about doom so we were paying back the president at that time because doom so say BBR. But if you take doom so out, come on, we saw massive development. We saw massive development. We were seeing schools, we were seeing roads, we were seeing infrastructure. The only thing I know in this for is a policy. But they were doing well. And at that time, now man for the Skakra will crum, but now they are Tumuda. The man koyi. And if you ask any NPP person, then my Rebecca Chow say free SHS. Yati. With the free SHS, is good. But please let the people feel a little something in their pocket. I'm sitting here. Sorry, I can buy 200 or 300 cedis for in my car. What about the ordinary Ghanaian? I'm Mimi for 3 days, 1,000 seats and a salary. Are you thinking about them? Are you thinking about those people? We have people in this country are taking 600 cedis a month as salary. That's what the worker or your employer can afford. But these same people are taking that money as salaries. They use the same money for transportation. These are questions we need to ask. If you are paying for somebody 600 now, who find out we see and I say transport cry lower, it makes sense. What am I saying? I say you 600 cedis and a month. Now in and out a day 2 cedis, which is a month is 60 cedis. It makes sense. The person is left 540 cedis. If inflation is low and people can buy food and it's can be better, they can save. But this time around, Ufi your friend is saying, Achimota cry, Kaswa. Look at the fell ba 15 cities. And the people are taking less than 600 cities in this country.
Ubedidi.
See, we need to change. That is so bit me say sinable so be Libya pan one after there's a sweet there. It's an honor. Ukraine here because once a man for some befi. Obey den. A crony bombing mukra, won't top. We need to learn. So the president should stop these bogus claims. It is not going to help. He should sit down, call his friend is saying the leadership, the advisors, no, on from. Not they should know how best they can help the country. Because as it stands now, I don't know. Do you know what the Ghana Akuffo is doing to help the country? Tell me, maybe I'm ignorant.
Missy Hayana.
Yes, when we be
NPP communicators, no.
NPP communicators are one of the worst people in history. They are very hypocrites. Let me tell you why. You see, you need them to come and do the explanation like these poor prices. Almost the office, HC girls. Me. But you hear them when they are in opposition. Now, abroad about the book Krakebi say Okofefi Legon and Moses Mra. Unim ye be na ye the answer Africa no. Ye be sa page 192 no mo ye a come many padrone. MPP for say come ma in opposition. A come be sama ma in opposition. If you don't take time, in a way say you lose the elections. Break the 8 no and ya grow. We need to treat Ghana like a year Bibiana Lekman, Bibiana the former deputy minister no health minister no Okoboy. The constituency no oh yeah, then we go cry 4 years. We need to treat the presidency like that. Now, Akuffo 4 years be okwa, and now we say 4 years be no. Oh, we need less. We need to stop, and we are not going to do politics here. Yeah, but na a coup year ma Akuffo yebeka, and coup year beka. The coup plots people believe traditionally believes a coup plotting is the way to go, but ideally, those poor a handful. Would you want a coup d'etat to happen? And it's for crab don't coup d'etat because a say of mine it will progress the country 20 years. But the question is, a status say it's garnishes support. Why would they post support it? Because good. So they need to cut off and make things lenient for people. The only time MPP former Scabe Krum election time.
Year.
You don't take time.
And that's say ebusian for no nanado. Sa excuse the air fan kusife. Mania manyam remagana for na yensu enjoy.